Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Ankur.
Hi, Akhil.
So I've added everyone. So we'll just wait for a few minutes for everyone to join in and then start.
All right. All right. So as of now, 3, 2.
As of now, only me and you are in the call.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. But I think our this is probably hosted live on YouTube right now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. 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 छोटा नहीं. Okay, we have.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Akhilesh. Saurabh here. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Hi, Saurabh. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So, so I'm just waiting for a few other participants who accepted the invite to just join in, and then we'll start.
Okay, okay. No issues. Yeah. Until then, I'll keep the things on mute, right?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Himanshu. Hello, hi, Himanshu.
Hey, hi there.
Hi, Himanshu.
Hi.
We are just about to begin
Himanshu,
in
we are
another
just
few
about to begin in another
few
okay, no
minutes.
problem.
Few minutes. Okay. Okay.
Akhil, I think let's start. If people would have to join, they would probably join in the middle.
Okay, we are watching it live also, so I think
People might be
so.
watching it live, so that can be the other mode of
Yeah.
interaction.
Okay. So hi everyone and welcome to uh, basically our so basically we are going to talk about GMAT preparation and what it takes to crack the GMAT, and then afterwards we are going to follow it up with basically a sentence correction demo class, and we are going to solve a few sentence correction problems, difficult ones, and see how to solve those on the GMAT and basically what it takes to solve the sentence correction problems. So, so let's begin. So to begin with, I don't know whether you guys know or not, but basically GMAT is about a 4 hour long paper. It's unlike CAT, which is about 2 hours long, and it's really a test of your patience. So this is the format of the GMAT. The first 30 minutes is dedicated to the analytical writing. It followed by integrated reasoning. So the integrated reasoning section is analogous to basically the data interpretation part on CAT. If you guys know what CAT is, followed by an optional break of 8 minutes. Normally, everyone does take the 8 minutes break. Then you have the quant section, which is about 75 minutes. Then you again have an optional 8 minute break. And then you have the verbal exam, which is about 75 minutes. And unfortunately, the GMAT gives us the verbal exam, which is probably the most difficult part of the test at the end. So by the time all our energy is kind of sucked in, we have the most difficult section coming in. Okay, any doubts about in this one? Okay. Now we are just going to talk a little bit about uh, basically the GMAT quant and the GMAT verbal. So, so a lot of people who in India, especially engineers, think that GMAT quant exam is quite simple, and I think maybe it used to be relatively simple a few years back, but nowadays it's really become quite difficult. So the GMAT has basically the grading of GMAT is between quant scores is between 0 to 51, and 51 is about 99 percentile that score, 50 is about 92 percentile score, and 49 is about 78 percentile score. So nowadays, just to even get a score of Q50 takes a lot of effort on the exam. And if you give your GMAT prep exam and test the algorithm, you'll probably see that even if you get one question wrong, you end up getting a score of Q50. So probably in the last few years, in order to get a Q51, you probably have to crack all 37 quant questions correct, and that's quite difficult. You want to add something to that, Ankur?
So I think, yeah, to get a quant 51 has become quite difficult these days, and it's courtesy the Indians and the Chinese, because we are the people who are very good in quants, and we go ahead and we solve all the problems, and when we just destroy the tests. So the GMAT people, they have realized this, and they have increased the level of the GMAT. So that means we have to give in enough preparation for the quant section also. So because if you get a quant 50 or a quant 51, that is quite different from a quant 49, because it gives your score a very high boost. And your score, let's say if you're getting a quant 50, then your score is, let's say, 720, and quant 49 will give you a score of 700. So that's a quite a boost which you get through quant 50 and 51.
Exactly. So quant 49 is about just 78 percentile, and quant Q50 is about, it used to be 92 percentile till
I think
last
it's
year.
89 to 90 at this point of time. Yeah.
It's so again, courtesy the Indians and the Chinese, it's about 88 to 89 percentile right now. And then we have the most probably, I would not say really difficult section, but probably the section which probably the Indians hate the most, that's the verbal section. And the verbal section is difficult for various reasons. I mean, the first reason is that we are kind of, the GMAT is based on American English, and being non-natives of English, I mean, English is not our mother tongue, so we really have to understand a lot of rules that American English has, and so you have to practice those rules. You have to get into basically accustomed how to apply those rules on the exam in the time limit that is given. So you have 41 questions to solve in about 75 minutes. So you get about 1.8 minutes per question, and that's really something which is not very easy. And the verbal section is the one that brings down the score of a lot of people in India, especially. So you need to really prepare well for the verbal section.
Yeah, and the verbal section, it consists of three parts, which is the reading comprehension part and the critical reasoning and sentence correction. So if you have heard about co- the CAT, which is conducted to get admission into IIM, that particular exam, it has the reading comprehension part, which is the similar. Then the critical reasoning part, some of the parts portions are similar, some are different, and then sentence correction is the thing which is totally new with the GMAT, and we need to prepare dedicatedly for this particular type of problems, because we do not encounter this on the CAT. So it is the problem set which deals about the rules of the grammar and how you use the subject, where to use the object, and what are the prepositions and all. So these all things, they come into picture in the sentence correction part. So as it's written there that the 35%, 33% weightage of is of the correction questions, because the whole section is divided into three problem types. So yeah, 33% of sentence, so which takes you around 14 questions. So as I told you that this is a very rule driven problem set, and if you are able to learn some rules and apply them in the problem, then out of these 14 you should be able to get around 12 to 13 questions right, and that is a huge number on the verbal section.
Exactly. So in short, this is the way on how to go about GMAT preparation. I mean, the first thing that, I mean, anyone who's just started studying on the GMAT, the first thing that he'll notice is there are lots and lots of forums, and there are lots and lots of material that is available on the internet. So a lot of students just take a lot of material from their friends, from their family, take it from the internet, and they end up studying a lot of material that is not very relevant. So the only relevant material from which you should study for GMAT is the official questions. I mean, they should be your de facto uh, kind of Bible for the GMAT preparation. And so the first thing that you need to do is download the GMAT prep software that is available for free. Take So there are about 2 tests which are there for free. Take the test, try and understand what the pattern is about for the GMAT, how the critical reasoning questions are, how the sentence correction questions are, how the reading comprehension sections are, what is an integrated reasoning section, what is the analytical reasoning section, and then based upon your analysis on how on the score that you get on quant or verbal, try and basically draw a study plan. And then you have to basically, after basically you study the basics, you can basically revise from a lot of different things that the mba.com website gives us. So it gives us the official guide, there are question packs available, there is an exam pack 1 and an exam pack 2. So the question pack has about 550 official questions for you from where you can practice. The exam pack 1 and exam pack 2 consist of two exams each. So in total you get 6 official exams that you can practice upon. So you need to take these exams very intelligently.
And so I'll talk about the first mock exam which you take. So as soon as you take the first mock exam, so it's a 4-hour exam, make sure you take it along with the AWA and the IR sections, because you need to build your stamina and your mental strength for that, for the GMAT day. So once you've taken that exam, make sure you sit down and analyze that exam for at least 3.5 years. So, sorry, hours, and then figure out what are the different problem sets that are troubling you. For example, in the quants, are you being troubled by the problem solving section or by the data sufficiency section, or in the verbal, is it the sentence correction problem type that is troubling you, or is it the critical reasoning, or is it the RC? So you have to drill down and identify your pain areas, because you can only improve those things which you can identify or you can measure. So once you've identified your areas, then you need to focus exclusively on those areas, and then remove your weaknesses. So this is how you build your study plan.
Okay, at least I'm having one question. Hello, hello.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to know over here is like, from where can we get the like these practice papers and mock test books? Because like from everywhere we are getting all these things to be paid. So I just wanted to know from where can we get the accurate exam mock
Can
papers?
you can you please be a bit louder? I'm not able to hear you actually.
Okay, okay, sorry.
Or Saurabh, can you type your question on the chat window also? There's a chat window that you should see on the right hand side of.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
okay. So I'll type and I'll let you know.
Right. So we'll talk more about this. We'll have some time for the questions, Himanshu, Saurabh. Uh, just let us finish this, and maybe we'll have a detailed question and Q&A session afterwards. Okay. Okay. So so after you give your GMAT, then uh, what you need to do is you need to send your scores to the respective universities, and then you need to apply to those universities as well. So by application, what I mean to say is, so on the so so each university has got an application portal. You need to go and register yourself on it, and after that you need to basically answer a few questions that they give you. So these questions are in the form of an essay. Most of the universities also ask you to get one or two recommendations. So basically, you need to really have about 2 to 3 months time to just write your applications, your essays, get your recommendations in shape. And there are just about 3 rounds. So by rounds, what rounds mean is there are basically about 3 timelines that the university give you to uh, basically apply. So the round one is the first round. So it begins in about September end, and it ends at about November 15th. So you have about 1.5 months to apply in round one. And round one is the least competitive pool. You have the best chance of scholarships in round one. And the reason is very simple. In round one, the university has not selected any students. So if you are applying in round one, you are one of the first few students who apply to the university, and then the university basically fills up about 50% of its seats in round one. The round two then basically begins at in about I think in December.
December
And
end to Jan starting. Yeah.
yeah, December end to Jan starting, you have time to apply for round two. But round two is really very competitive because it's the last round for Indian applicants. and a lot of Indian applicants apply. The scholarships are also very less. So if a person applies in round one in the school with salary of about 740, and he gets about 50% scholarship in round one, in round two he he will take, it will take a lot of luck for him to even take a 20 or 30% scholarship in the same school in round two with the same application. That's how competitive it gets. So, and in round three is probably the last round, but it's not really basically recommended for international students, because uh, even after you get selected for even after you get selected by a particular school, uh, there's a lot of paperwork that you need to do. There is a lot of you have to show them your financial documents. There is a lot of visa processing time, which is very time consuming. So basically, universities don't really appreciate you applying in round three, especially international students. So the only rounds that are left is round one and round two. Uh, so I think there's just an addition here. Uh, I think ISB I think is very competitive for round two or round one. I think Ankur is the he can talk more about ISB.
So ISB is a unique school, and so because most of the Indians apply, so ISB round one is more competitive than round two. So if we talk about the latest stats from ISB, so which are published on GMAT Club, and so it says that round one, the acceptance rate at ISB was around 12 to 13%, which is quite low. And then and round two, the acceptance rate, it went up to 23 to 24%. So that is quite opposite to what we see at the USB schools. The reasons, they can be various reasons. For example, they might not get enough good students because students are not prepared. So from round one, so that is why they don't have enough good students to select from. So that can be one of the reasons. But yeah, so that is, if you want to apply to ISB, then you'll have to go against the popular notion of applying in round one to increase your chances of admit.
Right. I think then this is your app. This should be your application for strategy, but this is something that you need to take after you take your GMAT. The first thing that you need to do is the GMAT is a prerequisite for you to take. So you need to introspect a lot. You need to basically put down your career goals very precisely, and you need to show them a lot of different facets of your personality. So the B schools in the US especially, they want to see a lot of different facets. They just don't want to see a very uh, a studious person who's got 90-95% throughout in his career, or in his schools and in his school and college. They want to see a person who can add a lot of different things to the university. So for example, they would really appreciate a student who is maybe a national basketball player or a national swimmer. I mean, they really want to see very different kind of personality from you. And then you need to then you need to basically write all this in the form of an essay and showcase to them. So, so initially I talked about it takes about 2 to 3 months to write an application, and it's because you need to introspect a lot. You need to basically deep. You need to dive into your life. You need to basically pick out examples in your life where you have unique instances of things that you have done in your life, and put them in a very interesting way in your essay. That's why it takes a lot of time for you to write those essays. It's a very grueling exercise, by the way. It's not our simple school or college essays. It's actually quite it is quite time consuming for one to write an essay. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about USB schools here. Uh, so I think all of you, if you are considering doing an MBA from US or from Europe, you might as well think about the cost that it takes for you to do an MBA. So to give you an estimate of the cost, the cheapest, uh, even the cheapest B schools in the US have a tuition cost of about $40,000 a year, which is about $80,000 for the whole program. That I'm talking about the cheapest B schools. On average, the B schools, the tuition cost is about $55,000 to $60,000 a year, which is about 110 to $120,000 for the whole program. And on top of that, about $80,000 of living expenses. So that turns out to be about $200,000. And at our current dollar to INR rate, uh, it is about 1.3 crores rupees. So, so doing an MBA from US is very expensive, and that is why a lot of people in India would like to basically get scholarships. So, uh, so normally USB schools give a lot of scholarships. There are a lot of public universities as well. They give you loan options as well. But the best way to basically get down on debt is get a good scholarship.
Yeah, so typically in an average uh, class of a B school, so around 30 to 35% of the students get scholarships. So the scholarship again is a is a function of many various things. So the various things which constitute your application. First is your GPA, which is already written, and unfortunately or fortunately you cannot do anything about it. Then the GMAT score. So the GMAT score is one thing which you can score high and can differentiate yourself, probably bring in spike uh, to your application. Then we have the work experience. So the richer your work experience is, the brighter your chances are that the school will select you, and probably you might even end up getting a scholarship. Then the essays. So essays are are the place wherein you write all of your work experience and what all the extracurricular activities, your leadership skills, your team building skills, your motivation skills, and so on and so forth. This comes under your essays, and then there is the recommendation parts also. So the recommendations, uh, schools typically they suggest you to take recommendations from the working professionals, and generally from your managers. So the better recommendations you get, the better your chances are. So all these five things clubbed together, uh, it it strengthens your case to get a good scholarship. Yeah, so nothing, no one factor can propel you towards getting a good scholarship.
Right. But for Indian applicants, the pattern that we have seen in the last year and a half is that for a lot of Indian applicants, the GMAT score is a very important factor for getting your scholarships.
Right.
So so we will never know exactly how the schools give you scholarships, but the best bet that you can uh, get is by getting a good GMAT score and then submitting a great application. So that way you can actually increase your scholarship, your chances of getting a scholarship. Okay. Uh, okay. So we just wanted you to let we about us. So we have Ankur here. I think Ankur can give his introduction on his own.
Yeah, sure. So, hi, this is Ankur, Ankur Gupta, and I have a GMAT score of 760 with a quant 50 and V42. So, I have been admitted to UNC Keenan Flagler this year, fortunately with a 100% scholarship. So, that eases a lot of things. And also, I was admitted to Carnegie Mellon Tepper. So, to tell you the importance of scholarship, so I was admitted to Tepper last year too, but somehow because of not having the scholarship, I was unable to go ahead and join the school. So that is how important scholarships are. It eases a lot of things. So then I have been a moderator on GMAT Club, and so I was also rated the best moderator for 2 years, and I was the thread master for the ISB. thread for the past 2 years, and have mentored students on the GMAT preparation and also helped them or for their applications and the interview preparations. Yeah. So then we have Kinjal. He is not present right now. So he's a current first year student. He has just completed his first year, and so he will be going for his internship. So he's admitted to CMU Taper with a 30% scholarship. He was admitted to NUS too with a scholarship, and WB Carry also with a 100% scholarship plus some stipend. Yeah, so things like these two happen wherein you get the scholarship and also the stipend. So basically, it's a negative equation for you. Then he has mentored students on CAT and GMAT for over 6 years on Pagal Guy. So on Pagal Guy, I think you can know him by the name of Kinji. So his username is Kinji. So that is one thing. And students, yeah. So he has great, fantastic SC skills, and the students call him a guru on the sentence correction because of knowledge of the subject. And Akhil, you can go ahead about you.
Yeah. So, hi. So my official name is Akhilesh, but people do call me by the name of Akhil. And my GMAT score is 730, so I have a Q50 and a V40. I think we need to just change. I need to just make a change in this slide. And I have about 10 years of work ex. So I actually thought very late of doing an MBA, and at about eight or about 8.5 years of work ex, I decided to give the GMAT. And I applied in round one this year with the score, and I fortunately I ended up getting scholarships from Rice, from Marshall, from Holland. I also got an admit from University of Notre Dame. And so talking about professionally, I have been working in investment banking and risk management for many years, and I have been training people on complex financial derivatives for many years, and that's when that's where the love for teaching people came about. And so I teach a CR and RC to students. And we also have Tarun on the call now. So Tarun can give his introduction. Hello. Okay, I think let me introduce Tarun to you. So Tarun has got a GMAT score of 720, and he's an alumni of NSIT, one of the most prestigious engineering schools in India, and he's considered an SC and a CR expert from students whom we have mentored. So that's about us. So this is our team. And we just wanted to let you all know about the offerings that we that we have. So basically we have two sets of classes. We have basic classes and we have advanced classes. So basic classes are for someone who has just started preparing for the GMAT, and it's about just building the concepts. So you'll have sessions from very basic level on SC, CR and RC, and you'll get to know how to solve these questions. So first of all, we'll build the concepts for you, and then you'll have time for practice. And we also have advanced classes. So advanced classes are for someone whose basics are in the right shape. But what he needs to do is he needs to basically move up to the next level. So from say a score of 680, 690, he needs to move to 740, 750 level. And that improvement needs to happen in the verbal section. So in the advanced classes is one of a more popular basically offerings where we solve the most difficult GMAT prep problems live online, and basically we identify how to solve the problems in the shortest way and in the best way possible. We also have a mock analysis session So every student that we have can have mock analysis with us 101. And basically in this session, uh, in this live session, what we do is basically we sit with the student and we understand how he has approached the test. And we probably point out the strengths and weaknesses of the student, where he needs to improve, and what are his strength areas that he needs to basically keep doing. So a lot of students basically, when you are studying, you kind of don't understand what are your weak points, and this is where we help students to analyze those weak points. And we also give application help to students. So, so have you have seen all four of us have given the GMAT, have got great scores. So we can help you on the GMAT, but a lot of us have also have experience of getting very high scholarships. So so that is where we can help you in your fine tuning your essays, in fine tuning your recommendations, and basically preparing you for interviews, so that you can basically so hopefully you can get a high scholarship to the school that you want to apply.
And regarding the application help, so uh, you get unlimited number of edits from us. So the first round of edit would be, so you'll give us your essays, then we'll give you with some of the comments, and you'll come back to us by incorporating those comments. Then again, if there is some improvement required, we'll do that. And also, so we have alums of ISB also on our team. So his name is Mr. Rakesh Gorumili. So he also, at the final round is done by him if you're applying for ISB. So in this particular season, so we were able to successfully help two people get through ISB, and also one of our students got an interview call at Nanyang Business School too.
Yes, and we also give guidance on the GMATIFY group. So we have a Google group where you can post your queries, and we can help you, and we help you answer those queries as well on the forum itself. Okay, so now we can all basically talk. If you have any questions regarding any about your GMAT preparation or your application or about university, you can shoot those right now.
Saurabh, I think you had a question.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Saurabh.
Yeah, just I
Yeah,
just
Saurabh.
yeah, I just wanted to know from where can I get the mock papers and all for the preparation.
So you want to get the mock tests for the preparation.
Yeah, exactly. Because like there are many sites which are like claiming to give the accurate mock test, but like I'm not getting from any of them. So I just wanted to know from where can I even like after paying I can get the accurate mock test for the GMAT.
So the best mock test to take would be the GMAT prep mock exam. So you get two of them for free. You can download them from mba.com. Then there are four additional exams which come in a set of two, exam pack 1 and exam pack 2. So you need to pay for them and buy them. So I would say that these six mock papers are the must for a preparation, and you should definitely go ahead and take them. So if you want additional, I think that six should suffice. But do you want more after these six, or you have not taken the exam pack 1 and 2 up till now?
No, no, actually this is the first time that I'm taking the test, and I'm
So I
planning
think
to
then,
take.
yeah, this would be the best set of tests that you can lay your hands on. The
Okay,
official test from mba.com.
okay. Okay. And my another question would be like presently right now I'm like getting more and more information about GMAT. And like
Hmm.
I visited many counselors and all. And like the budget my budget would be around for MBA would be like 25 to 35 lakh. But
Okay.
as you have said that US would be too costly for me. So like what even they have said the same thing, and what they said is like you can prepare for GRE, and they said that in GRE you can go for the courses like MEM and MIS, which is like
Okay.
which is Masters in Engineering Management. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to know like your comments on that.
So there's a lot of difference between an MIM, MIS, and an MBA. So it all depends what you want to do in your life after your MBA, or probably 5 years down the line. So because the things which you'll be able to do with an MBA, you might not be able to do with an MIM or an MIS. And so if we talk about the budget constraint, then if you have 25 to 30 lakh budget, so then in India you have ISB which falls into that range. Then probably the IMs also, IM ABC, they have very good executive program courses, but the experience required there is a bit high. So you need around 6 years of experience. That is the average experience. Yeah, so and apart from that, if you're talking about the USB schools, then yes, if you get a good scholarship, then that budget would also come down to the thing which you're talking about. For example, for me and Akhil, I think it would be the same thing that we would be paying at the end of our MBAs. So that is one way to cut down your budget, by securing a high scholarship, and probably the first way to do that is by taking your GMAT and performing well on that.
Yeah,
So MIM and MIS are completely different courses. So if what do you want to do probably 5 years down the line? So
yeah,
if you
I'm
talk
just
about your goal,
my goal would be to like stay in the technical itself. Like no, like there are the positions for in even in the MBAs like the business analyst, which are related to IT. So that is what my aim would be. Like to have a little bit of technical in even the technical as well as a little bit of management. So that
all
is what
right.
yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. And the geography, your preferred geography would be India or the US?
The geography, I'm happy with both because like India, my parents stays in India and my brother and sister-in-law they stay in over USA. So I'm
All
happy
right,
with
so you're agnostic of the geography. Yeah, so then that is fine, but I would probably recommend you to go ahead with an MBA and not divert your mind towards MIM or the MIS courses, because the value which you get out of an MBA is quite different from the value which you get out of those two courses.
okay, okay. So okay, I'll first of all prepare for GMAT and then I'll explore and then I'll ask you if what we call is this new I can fill.
I think we are somehow not able to get the question from the people who are watching the live stream of this particular event. So
Yes, I think there is an option for them to give Q&A. So basically, what they need to do is click Q&A from the left hand side on the left hand side menu, and that way they can send questions directly to us.
So guys in the live stream, if you have some questions, click on the Q&A button on the left hand side window and type in your question so that we can see it. So probably we'll wait for another 2 to 3 minutes, and so if we don't have a question, then we can go ahead.
Right. So Himanshu or Saurabh, do you have any more questions for us?
Hey, no guys, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, even I'm good.
Okay. We'll then begin our if there are not more questions, we'll begin with mock GMAT SE class. So basically, we are going to take a 45-minute session on sentence correction. Okay. Saurabh, how many years of work ex have you guys got? And when do you plan to give your GMAT and apply to business school?
So, actually, Shimanshu here. So, I have around 5 years of experience. I've done an MBA, I know Ankur from my graduation days. I've done an MBA from NMIMS,
Oh, okay.
and I'm currently placed in London. And not immediately, but yes, like 2 years down the line, I do plan to write GMAT. So maybe I just thought, I'll start with the preparation. I've taken GMAT once. I scored pathetically in the verbal part. I remember that day. So I think I got 49 in Q quants and 27 in the verbal part. So let's see, that is the area where I think I need to work upon.
Oh, okay. So you already have
Oh,
an
yep.
MBA.
Yes, yep, I've already done an MBA once.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. So a lot of business schools in the US don't really prefer people who already have an MBA. So you'll have to pick your business schools accordingly.
Okay, okay. See,
Tuck,
and
a
in
school of business, doesn't prefer people who already have an MBA.
and is that the same for Europe as well?
Uh, I have not really applied to Europe,
No, Himanshu,
but
the European preschools allow you to apply,
Mhm.
and very few US preschools also they are very strict about it. So basically, you need to be very clear and give them a solid reason that why do you need a second MBA.
Mhm.
That would be
Okay.
the backbone of your app.
Because honestly, I do not like. I have no plans of doing it again from India. So then let's
That
see.
makes sense.
Then Europe is the option then probably.
Yeah, so we have good B
Yeah, so
schools
we
in
have
Europe
good B
too.
schools in Europe too.
LBS is there, in
LBS is
Oxford is
there,
there,
in
Cambridge
Oxford
is
is
there.
there,
But
Cambridge
I
is
don't
there.
think so. They have a
But I don't think so.
restriction
They
in the
have a
second
restriction in
Indian
the
thing.
second thing.
Okay.
Right. And what you also
What
need
you
to
also
consider
need to
is that
consider is that
a lot of B schools
a
in the
lot of
US
B
don't
schools in the
really
US don't
prefer
really
people
prefer
who
people
have who are over
who are
30.
over 30.
Really
Okay.
give you need to really have a good
You need to
GMAT
really have a good
GMAT
GMAT
score,
score,
plus have
plus
stellar
have stellar
applications
applications
due to
due to
scholarships, because
scholarships, because
normally the average
normally
age
the
of people
average
who
age of
go
people
to
who go to
the US
schools
is
in the
about
US about
25,
25,
varies from about
varies from
27
about
to
27
29
to 29
years.
years.
And when you go
And
with
when
a
you
work
go
experience
with the work experience
of 7 to 8
7 to
years,
8
or when you
years,
are
or
over
when you are over
when you're
when you're
30, your
30, your
application is kind of
application is
looked with a
kind
lot of
of looked
scrutiny.
with a lot of scrutiny.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something you need to be really
So that
mindful
is
of.
something you need to be really mindful of.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sound is
sound is
echoing.
echoing.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
And
Yeah,
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 Tarun,
Bobby.
we
yeah, am
can
I
hear
audible?
you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to start our SC demo session in 2 minutes, and I'm sharing a Google Doc. So we will basically work over there and keep Google Hangouts for the voice, for just listening to each other. So I'm just sharing a document with all of you.
Right.
In the
In the
meanwhile, I
meanwhile,
think
I
we
think
have
we
a
have
new
a new
joinee,
joinee,
Aditya.
Aditya. Just give me an edit request on this demo, on this Google Doc, and I'll give you the access right over there. Okay, I got request from Aditya.
Carrot.
Or can you guys come over to the dock? Can you guys open the dock and so that I can see whoever has joined? Uh, yeah, we are starting the session. Can you please can you all of you guys open the document?
So Himanshu, Saurabh, and Aditya, you need to click this document and go over to Google Docs then. So can you click this document that is pasted on the group chat? Let me paste this on. Okay, let me paste this here as well. Okay. Uh, Himanshu, Saurabh, and Aditya, are you guys facing any trouble joining, clicking on? Okay. So Tarun, Himanshu and Saurabh are saying that they have sent you request access from their side.
Yeah, I have added Himanshu and Aditya so far. I'm adding now.
Okay.
So I have added all of you. Let me know if anybody hasn't got the request yet. Okay, I see Aditya, Himanshu, and uh, Saurabh in the call, on the Google Doc. So basically, we will discuss this is basically a demo session. So we will discuss few of the topics from few of the important topics in GMAT sentence correction, and we will do some questions together. Okay, so one second, guys. Okay. Okay, so basically, I just want to know how many of you have started preparing for GMAT and know about some of the basic rules of sentence correction, such as subject verb agreement or pronoun ambiguity or modifier issues. How many of you know are really aware of those? Hello, guys. This is going to be an interactive session, so I would like your participation. So I will be asking questions, and I would want you to participate.
Yeah, Tarun, actually, I have started gathering information about GMAT. So I have not really started preparing for GMAT. So I would like to know what are all these things.
Oh, okay. Okay. So okay. No problem. So again, this is again very we are starting a very basic with at a very basic level. So this is not going to be a problem for you. Uh, okay. So let's start with the okay. So basically, uh, again, sentence correction is on GMAT. Sentence correction is one of the most uh, on basically on verbal on GMAT verbal section. It is the most common uh, section. I mean, the questions the question most of the questions asked on GMAT verbal are from sentence correction, and and if and it is and it's probably the best. Hello, hello. I heard. Uh, One second, guys. I'm just muting my.
Tarun, it's fine now.
Okay. So basically, and sentence correction is something. If you are good at font, then sentence correction is the best area. Is the best area you can really work on and improve very quickly. Because sentence correction most of the time it's very mechanical. I mean, if you know the rules, okay, if you understand the meaning, if you know the rules, you will be able to answer a lot of questions correctly. Having said that, GMAT is an exam of reasoning. Okay, so again you have to apply reason in everything. Okay, so meaning in the GMAT sentence correction takes a precedence over every other over grammar basically. So a lot of people have confuse GMAT sentence correction with grammar. So it is not really a test of grammar. Only about 10% of grammar rules, or maybe less than that, are tested on GMAT. And most of the and out of those grammar rules, they basically uh, so basically you need to the main thing is to understand the meaning and reason out from the what would be the most likely or the best answer. Sometimes it may be possible that you will get out of the five options given to you, two of the options are grammatically fine. Okay, then you need to really reason out which option makes sense. So ultimately, meaning is the most important thing. Okay, and if you see the official guide, if you check the official guide, and if you check the answers in official guide, it says that logical predication, logical predication is basically tested on 49% of the questions. So logical predication is nothing but meaning, meaning in the GMAT sentence correction. So meaning, so first thing is to understand the meaning, and if for any question that you get, you understand the meaning, what it is trying to say, what, and then basically you see whether that meaning is correctly conveyed using grammar. Okay, so I'll just touch upon few of the grammatical issues that are tested on GMAT sentence correction. Okay, so basically, as you can see, the first is a subject verb agreement. One second. Okay. Yeah. So first is the subject verb agreement. That means that subject, the number of subjects should match the number of verb. I mean the so a plural verb should go with plural subject, and a singular verb should go with a single subject. Okay. 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 So this is the most commonly used rule on GMAT sentence correction. Okay. So but it is not that, so in GMAT it is this rule is not really tested uh, very directly. I mean, the sentence will not be as visible to you as as it is in in most of the situations that you see in daily life. So we'll solve few questions, and then we'll see how GMAT test this particular rule, and then we can appreciate how the questions can be made. Okay, so let's discuss uh, few of the rules. Okay, so as I said, singular subjects take singular verb, plural subject take plural verbs. Uh, Subjunctive form, we will discuss it later, because I think a little advanced topic, so we'll discuss it later. Then basically any, each and every are always singular. Okay, and some and few are always plural. Okay, so these are some of the things you need to keep in mind. Okay, so, and this is again a slightly one of rules are slightly advanced. So but they are tested. They are quite. I mean, nowadays I have seen questions in which they are tested quite frequently. So these are also the rules which you need to remember. But again, first we'll solve few questions, and then we can just come back on these rules. Okay, we can better understand these rules. Okay, so let's start with few questions. Then basically we'll try to understand how to really approach GMAT sentence selection questions. Okay, so first question is from OG13 diagnostic test question number 40. Okay, so I would like all of you to spend 2 minutes on this question, then we can discuss. Yeah, I'm just waiting for 2 minutes. Just let me know when you're done. I'll obviously say after 2 minutes.
Guys, keep yourself on mute, otherwise I will have to mute all of you. I have currently unmuted all of you. Okay,
Hello. Yeah, yeah, guys. Done.
You one day tell her, you did only offer it to one people and surprise. You ask it is
guys, the
Aditya, can you please mute?
okay, so I have muted Aditya. Uh, I hope there is no voice now.
Okay, guys. Let's discuss this. So can anybody tell me uh, how how did you approach this question? And okay, let me know what do you think is the right answer for this. I want responses from each one of you. So hello.
Guys, you can type in the group chat window, so we'll be able to.
I think it's better to type right there in the Google Doc. So
I
Saurabh is saying E is the answer. Uh, uh,
Yeah, you can type on the document as well.
and what about Himanshu and Aditya?
I think it's E.
E. Who said E?
Himanshu.
Himanshu. Okay. Himanshu E. Saurabh E. Who else? Aditya. Okay. Let's analyze this. So, guys, any one of you, Himanshu or Saurabh, can anybody tell me why do you think that E is the right answer? Anyone? Saurabh, can you just go ahead and tell your reasoning? Hello?
Yeah, Tarun, like I opted for E because the comma is
Saurav,
separated.
I can't hear you. It's very. I mean, I can hear your voice, but it's very low. Can you just be a little more louder? I mean,
Okay, so are you able to hear me now?
hello.
Probably get closer to the mic or to the laptop.
Yeah, get closer to the laptop. To the microphone on your laptop.
Okay, so are you able to hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, are you able to hear me now?
And you're still not. audible. I mean, I cannot figure out what you're saying.
Okay, so what I can do is I can just type in there and then I can tell you how I opted for you. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think go ahead and type
Go
it.
ahead and type it. Himanshu, Himanshu,
Yep. So
can you just give me your reasoning? Just give me
so
your reasoning.
the reason I thought of E as the answer is, first of all, if I read the underlined statement, it mentions, I think that it mentions about the Kirchhoff's law as the subject, and if I just read the underlined statement, it says an observation. So I mean, it's kind of confusing. What observation? What what subject is this observation referring to? So the
Okay.
use of that word specifies that yes, it is the laws. I mean that one of the Kirchhoff's law. And since it is still included in every textbook of elementary physics, so I thought that using an is after and would make more sense.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try to understand this. Let's try to analyze this. How should we really approach a sentence correction problem? So first thing is to find out what are the clauses in the uh, in the original sentence. Okay. So what have I given here? In 1995, Richard Stallman, a well-known critic of the patent system. Okay. So basically, we're talking about this one guy, which is Richard Stallman. So this is likely our subject. Okay. So a well-known critic of the patent system. It is what it is. It is basically a modifier. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's just first try to understand the meaning of this. Okay. So because this is the first step should be to understand the meaning of the sentence. So what it says in 1995, Richard Stallman, a well-known critic of the patent system, testified in patent office hearings that to test the system, a colleague of his had managed to win a patent for one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, who is pinging me now? Okay, okay, let's come back to the. Okay, so okay, so basically, Richard Solomon testified in patent office that a colleague of his had managed to win a patent for one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay. Then it says an observation about electric current first made in 1924 and now included in virtually every textbook of elementary physics. Okay. So let's uh, let's divide it on the basis of clauses. Okay. What are the clauses in this sentence? Okay. What is the main clause? What is the main idea? Okay. So if you see this part, a well-known critic of the patent system, this is just a modifier. It's basically telling something about the Richard Solomon, right? Hello. So I'll just mark all the modifier with green color. Okay, what all the modifier. Richard Stallman is basically our subject. Okay. So Richard Stallman testified in patent office hearings. Okay, what he testified that okay that a colleague of his had managed to win a patent for one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, that to test the system is this again a modifier, a prepositional modifier. It is basically just giving additional information. Okay, a colleague of his had managed to win a patent at one of the Kirchhoff's laws for one of the Kirchhoff's laws, and then what we have after laws is basically again a modifier which is explaining one of the Kirchhoff's laws, right? As Himanshu said that it's basically about one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so I'm again marking this whole thing modifier. It's essentially a modifier. It's telling you more information about one of those Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so this is to understand the structure of the of the sentence. Let me just mark all the sentence verb pairs. Okay, so so we have our first clause. Richard Stallman testified. This is the this is the verb. Okay, guys, you're getting my point, or do you have any confusion so far?
No, no, we are, yeah, we are getting your point.
Okay. So I'm just breaking the sentence to better understand the structure. Okay. So for if you remove all the modifiers, so all the green ones are modifiers. Okay. In fact, in 1995, this is also a modifier. It is a prepositional modifier. Okay. Similarly, in patent office hearings, this is also a modifier. Okay. So if you remove all the modifiers which are giving which basically give additional information about the main sentence, you get the main structure. Okay, Richard Solomon testified that a colleague of his had managed. Again, these are all modifiers. These are all modifiers. Okay, uh, whatever are in green, they're all modifiers. Okay, anyways, so what do you think is the also okay? So again, as I said, to win a patent for one of the Kirchhoff's laws, then it says that an observation about electric current first made in 1995 and now included in virtually every textbook of elementary physics. So basically, it is what it is. It is a positive modifier. Okay, a positive modifier, it basically modifies a concrete noun. Okay, so and what is a concrete noun here? I mean, it's well known. So one of the Kirchhoff's laws is our concrete noun. It is not an abstract thing. So it's a appositional modifier. It is modifying one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so this whole thing is modifying one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so basically this sentence is correct as it is. Okay, so A is correct so far. Okay, let's go over. So basically, again, so when you see a sentence, you need to understand what's the meaning. Okay, this sentence conveys the meaning perfectly. Okay, then you need to check for the errors. Okay, now since we are discussing subject verb agreement, okay, what are the subject and verbs here? This is our subject. Testified is the verb. Richard Solomon testified. This is fine. Okay, this is a past tense verb. Then we have after that. Then we have a colleague of his had managed. So a colleague is the subject and had managed is the verb. Again, it is a past perfect verb going with a singular subject. That is also fine. So subject, there is no error in this. There is no error of subject verb agreement. Okay, there are no modifier errors because this modifier, the whole modifier is going well with the one of Kirchhoff's laws. So this sentence is correct as it is. Now tell me any one of you that what why do you think that this should not be the right answer? Hello. And if you are, and basically again, I just wanted to add one more information. This is slightly advanced, but it's still may benefit you. Okay, so so every sentence should have at least one independent clause. Independent clause is something which has a subject and a verb, and it doesn't require anything else to stand upon. I mean, it should be a complete sentence in itself. So it's called it's called an independent clause. Okay, so independent clause here is Richard Solomon testified. Okay, now what follows testified in period and what follows that, this whole this whole uh, you can say this whole thing is basically what he testified. Okay, so Richard Solomon testified something, right? So this whole thing represent that something. So it's basically called a noun. Okay, it's called a substantive noun or noun clause. This is a slightly advanced concept, but we'll get through it once we will be uh, both will be go in more details of sentence correction. Okay, so Richard Stallman testified something. Now this whole modifier is describing that something. Okay, that a colleague of his had managed. Okay, to win a patent for one of the Kirchhoff's laws. So this sentence is correct as it is. Now tell me again. I need to understand what. Why do you think this is not the correct answer and E is the right answer? Why do you think so? Hello, Saurabh, Himanshu, anyone? Guys, am I audible even?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So tell me, why do you think this is not the right answer? And why? And I'll tell you why. Okay, let's just go over E first. Okay, you can see since you both of you said that E is the right answer. Let me go over E first. Okay. So you said that one of the Kirchhoff's laws that, but what follows that is a verb was. Okay, and was is a singular verb. Okay. So if I go back to the rules that we mentioned above, if you just come up on the first page of this document, so if you see first one of rules, one of the axis that who, okay. So if so since laws is plural, okay, laws is plural, so we need a plural verb after that. So it cannot be was, it has to be were. Hello, you getting my point? It has to be were because it is modifying laws, not one of the Kirchhoff's laws. Okay. So here there is a subject verb agreement or error.
But Tarun, are we talking about one of? Okay, so I mean I get your point.
Yeah. So again,
One.
you need to have a look at the rules. Okay. One of the axes requires a plural because it modifies the immediately preceding noun. Okay. If you see the next rule, one of the axes then singular. So if it were like one of the laws, if I say something like if one of the Kirchhoff or K laws was an observation. Okay, this is fine because here was is basically going with the uh, main subject of this of this modifier. Okay, so this is one of the Kirchhoff. Okay, but that is a relative pronoun which should modify preceding preceding noun. It modifies that between that which modified the loss. Okay, that should go with loss. That is basically describing.
Okay. Okay.
Tarun, your
Tarun,
voice is
your
just
voice is just
echoing a little bit.
I think someone has their your microphone on. Himanshu, Himanshu or Aditya, can you just uh, mute your mics?
Uh, Tarun, your voice is not audible. Tarun?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So is it clear why E is not the right answer? See, the relative pronoun that or which, they should modify the immediately preceding noun. Okay. So it has to go with laws. Okay. Especially for one of the laws, it will always go with the later plural noun. Okay. So it will go with laws. Okay. So the verb should agree with the plural noun. So it has to be were, not was. And further, uh, this and that was an observation is also incorrect, because it is still the observation still exists. Okay, it is an observation. Okay, it was observed, you can say, but this observation is still there. Is still there. So was is also kind of wrong here. Okay, so what we can do is we can just go over each option, each of the options, and then maybe discuss why they are wrong or right. Okay, again, which if you see option, so as so A is the right answer. Okay, I mean, A has no problem, so it should be the right answer. let let's have a look at option B. Okay, we have relative pronoun which. Again, the relative pronoun should modify the previous noun, so it modifies loss, but was is not correct here, because it's a singular verb, which was an observation about first made in 1845, and it is also wrong, because it basically, what we are doing is we are introducing the subject here. Okay, and so so what follows it is, so it should go here. It is now included in virtually. So if I just paste the rest of the sentence here, so this will be the sentence, and it is now included in virtually every textbook element. So basically, it introduces a new clause. Okay. Now to introduce a new clause, the rule is that you have to have a comma before and. Okay. Even if you introduce a comma before and to introduce a new independent clause, it should make sense. Okay. The independent, why it's called independent clause, because the idea should be the idea of an independent clause uh, should be different. Okay, so these are not two different sentences. I mean, not two different ideas. These are the same idea. So again, it should modify the laws. So it is not really required. It should go with it should be just is. Okay, and the main error was that you need to have a comma beforehand. Okay, again, this is slightly. Uh, I mean, when we'll discuss how the rules of connecting independent clauses, we will know how to do that. I mean, it will make more sense then. But for now, it's the rule is that it should have a comma beforehand to make sense to make it grammatically correct. Then what about C's? The C is we have namely. Okay, namely what it is? It's an adverb. Okay, and then we have again an independent clause. Okay, so again there is a rule that there are few independent clause markers. You can only use those markers to connect independent clauses. Namely is not an independent marker; it's an adverb. Okay, so you cannot have an adverb connecting two ideas. So again, namely is wrong here. Okay. Further, if you see, D is also wrong because there is no connector here to join the later part of the option D. Okay, it should have a connector such as and. Okay, there is no connector, so it is wrong. This is again a modifier. Okay, so you can remove that, and if you see that there is no connector which can connect these two independent clauses. Guys, again, let me know if you're not getting something, because I know if there are several concepts we can to be aware of to understand uh, you know everything that I'm discussing here. So ping me or let me know if you don't understand anything. So I pointed out all the errors in other sentences. Guys, any confusion with this question? Hello. Hello, guys. Am I audible?
Saurabh and Himanshu have left.
Okay.
So Himanshu pinged me. He had to go somewhere.
Okay.
Saurabh, I think he also left the call. So Aditya,
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay.
Okay. So basically,
Now I
so basically,
now I can't hear you.
this is just to give you a basic idea about how do we approach sentence correction. Okay. Uh, so let me know if you have any confusion, and uh, this is basically just to give you an idea of how sentence correction is basically approached. Aditya, any confusion you have?
Yeah, I got this one.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think we are running out of time here, so probably we might need to stop. Aditya, so if you have any more questions, you can mail us and we'll take care of that question. So the mail ID, so it's bondwithus@gmatify.com. So we'll also drop you a mail with that. And so any questions you have regarding the GMAT or the application process, you can freely feel free to go ahead and mail us, and we'll be glad to help you out.
Sure. Okay,
Fine.
so I think with this note, we can end this webinar. And I think if any of you have any problems or any queries, do email us and reach out to us. We will be glad to help you. And we will be hosting another webinar very soon. And so stay tuned for that as well.
Probably that, and that we'll try to delve in deeper on the various aspects of the application, and talk a bit more about how to build a strong application and how to go about your GMAT preparation and the various sections in GMAT chat. So this was an overview, and then now we'll try to drill down deep on the various sections of that.
Okay, yeah, right. So thank you, Aditya, Himanshu, and Saurabh for joining in. And
And all those who are on the live streaming, thanks a lot to you guys too.
so with this note, we'll end the session. And okay, take care, all of you.
Thanks.
Bye bye. Good night.
Yeah, bye.